श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम् ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. So yesterday we saw Damanaka was saying to the king that a king should not mingle with people generally, because you should have to do that. No. If he does that, what happens is, even if he does a small mistake, that will become uh, a kind of giveaway. Like this king is showing that he is ignorant and all that. So that will break the heart of people and they will lose their hopes. So he should never do that. And the king should not say, oh, then I won't have servants. A king needs a servant and a servant needs a king, a master. They are interdependent. They cannot stay without each other. So they have to have each other. And the king cannot also say that I will stay without a servant, because a king without a servant will not shine. Like the sun without a ray will not shine. Similarly, the king. So, king should have servants. And the relationship between the king and the servant is like the spokes. The servants are like spokes, and the king is like the axis, center point. So, they should be tightly connected to each other, so that the external circle, the wheel, moves properly. If they are not connected tightly, then the wheel will not move. Similarly, if these two, servant and the king, they are not connected properly, their wheel of life will not move smoothly. So the king should have to take care of that. And even the hair, if we don't properly oil and massage and all that, we will lose it, or we will have matted hair, etc. So if it is the case of even a hair, then should we even talk about the king and the servants? See, you have to understand, if a king is happy about the service of the servant, then what can he do? The best thing he can do is he can give some money. That's all. But if the servant is happy with the king, he can give even his life. So the king should take care of those kind of people who are smart, and who he should have to appoint only that kind of people as a servant, who is smart, who is devoted, who is courageous, who is capable, who is from a proper lineage, who is serving him traditionally. That kind of person he should have to select for serving. And now Damanaka explains what kind of people the king should appoint as the servant, the capabilities. So the king should appoint the person who feels shy boasting about the help he did for the king. Because if he's going to say it outside, then the shy, because if he's going to say outside about whatever help he did for the king, then people will not respect the king. So he feels shy for the king, not for himself. And the king should appoint only that kind of person, uh, a person with whom, if the king gives a duty, like gives him a order, okay, you take care of this, then after telling him, after giving him any command, the king can go peacefully and sleep peacefully. That kind of person, not always following it up and all that, not that kind of person. A person with whom the king can trust. If he gives a duty, then he will take care of it. So that kind of person should be appointed for the service. And if that is the kind of person, then that kind of person should be taken care of like a person takes care of his wife, because you can't get that kind of people always. And the king should appoint only those people who are always in the beck and call of the king, always ready to serve the king. And he should speak less, and he should speak only the truth. That kind of person he should have to appoint. And even without being told, if there is a danger for the king, if there is a danger for the well-being of the king or the kingdom, this person should take care of it by himself, even risking his life. And even if he is beaten or he is scolded or he is punished, he should not think evil or bad about the king. That kind of person should be appointed and he should be taken care of. And he should not have ego if he is respected, or he should not be hurt if he is disrespected. He should always have to maintain the poise. That kind of person should be appointed to serve the king. And a person who does not complain about hunger, thirst, or sleepiness, or cold and heat, etc., all these difficulties, always bugging the king, no, that kind of person should not be appointed. A person who does not complain about all this should be appointed as the servant to the king, in the service of the king. And if he hears an impending war, then he should show his happiness. Not because the king is going to die, he is going to be destroyed. No, not for that reason. He should be happy that I can give my life for my king. Now I have got a chance to give my life, even my life, for the king. I can serve my king now. Or if if I show my fear in my face, then others will be afraid lot. So thinking all this, he should have to show his pleasantness, happiness when hearing this kind of bad news. And the king should appoint that kind of person whom, after appointing, the border grows like the waxing of moon, not the one whom, when appointed, the border starts shrinking like the skin starts shrinking when it is in the proximity of fire. Not that kind of person. So after saying all this, what kind of person is eligible and all that, he says, okay, see, don't think just because I'm a jackal, don't think, oh, this fellow is just a jackal. So don't dismiss or ignore me like that. Because a person is not made of his birth. A person is made of his qualities, whatever characteristics he has. Only that is what makes him a man, makes him a correct person. Because you can see the silk, which is from silk worm. It's a worm. So from a worm you get silk. From earth or stones you get a gold or diamonds. From cow's hair you get the precious durva grass. From clay you get the marshland clay. You get your lotus. And from ocean you have this moon. From cow dung you have this special kind of lotus. And from the wood you have the fire. And from the fangs of the snake you have this precious stone called nagamani. So the place of birth can be anything, but what kind of quality that person has, that makes the person good or bad. So you have to see the quality, don't be judgmental. So that after saying that, now he says, see, if a mouse, even if it is born in our own house, just because I was born in your clan, don't think like that. See, Sanjeevaka, that bull, was born in Vardhamana, the businessman's house. So he was loving towards that. But if a mouse is born in our own house and it starts troubling us, people bring in a cat, feed it, and take care of it to destroy them out. We have to do that. So, no. You should not think that. Oh, no. I have enough people. I have enough people to serve me. See, you have to think again. See, the stem of castor tree, or the stem of lady's finger tree, or the stem of crown flower tree, all these, they may be from a tree or a plant, but You may have it in abundance, but they are very weak, hollow. It is not even useful for being as a firewood. Forget even about making a cot or chair, etc. with it. So they are useless. Similarly, thousands of ignorant people, they are useless in front of one intelligent, smart person. And see, people should be devoted, but just devotion is not enough. Devotion without capability, and capability without devotion, or capability with the intent, the intent to harm, that is dangerous. So you should not believe them. Whereas I am both devoted and capable. So think about me. Don't dismiss me. Don't ignore me. That is what Damanaka says. Pingalaka, after hearing all this, the king Pingalaka says, okay, let it be so. Don't worry. You have come to say something. Tell me. You are our old minister's son, right? So don't worry. Tell me whatever you want to say without fear. Damanaka says, Lord, I have some to present something in front of you. I want to discuss something with you. It's true. Pingalaka says, go ahead, tell me. So Damanaka says, see, King Brahaspati, the guru of the deities, he has said, even if it be a small matter regarding the king, it should not be discussed in open, in public, in court. Never. So I want to say something. Listen to me in seclusion. We'll stay alone and we'll discuss about that, because it is always better to have only 4 ears while discussing, while listening, you and me, or only two people instead of three people. Always we have to avoid three people, 6 years. So intelligent person should avoid 6 years. So after he said this, the ministers understood what king is thinking. The other ministers, like the tiger, the rhinoceros, the hippopotamus, the fox, etc., they understood what the king wants. So they started leaving the court. And now in the court, only Damanaka, the jackal, and Pingalaka, the fox, the lion, they both are alone now. So Damanaka says, okay, sir, what I want to say is, you went for drinking water. What happened? You came back even without drinking water. What happened? So Damanaka, Pingalaka, the king, sheepishly and showing a shy smile. Nothing. That's nothing. That's nothing. Like that, he was sheepishly smiling and saying. So Damanaka says, "Sir, okay, fine, king. If you don't want to tell me, it is okay, because there are some things which you should not discuss with others." It's true. I know. I understand. See, even if it be a wife, a relative, a friend, or a son or daughter, does not really matter. You have to hide something. That's true. And if you want to discuss something, you have to think very carefully and disclose and discuss things only which is necessary with people. Never discuss and disclose everything to everyone. So I understand that. So if you don't want to say, it's okay. That is what Damanaka says. Pingalaka, after hearing that, he says, okay, this boy seems to me smart boy. Oh, okay. So let me open up. Let me tell him what is in my mind. So, because it is said, we all know that if we share our sorrow, we cannot become happy, but we'll become light. Our sorrow, we feel like our sorrow is a little reduced. And we should not open up our sorrow or our pain with everyone. We have to only open it up with our well-wishers, or with people, with a servant who is devoted, with wife who follows us always, and with our boss who wishes for our well-being. Only with these people you can share our sorrow. If we share that, then we can become little light. That is what is said. So therefore, thinking all this, we will be relieved little bit, right? So thinking all this, Pingalaka said, okay, Damanaka, did you hear that sound which is coming up from afar? Did you hear that? Damanaka says, yes sir. What about it? Pingalaka says, dear Damanaka, see, I want to leave this forest. I don't want to stay in this forest. Damanaka asks, why? Pingalaka says, some new species has entered this forest. I'm very sure of it. Because the sound itself is very dangerous. If the sound itself is so dangerous, I don't want even to imagine what kind of dangerous animal it is. I want to leave this forest. Damanaka says, no, that is not fair. We should not be afraid just because we hear some sound. Because water breaks the bridge. See, if not protected, that breaks the secret. Non-protection breaks the secret. Then mischief breaks the friendship. Then too much of useless talk breaks the man in trouble. So we should have to understand all that, and it is not proper to leave the kingdom which is given by your forefathers. It's coming in a lineage. It's coming in a tradition. You should not give that up. And regarding the sound, there are so many different kinds of sound, like the sound of a drum, like a sound of a flute, like a sound of guitar, like sound of veena, like sound of mridanga, like sound of damaru, the drum with two-sided drum. So there are a trumpet. There are so many different sounds here. Just hearing a sound, one should never be afraid. That's not right also. So the Namanaka says this. We'll see what he is going to say later. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.